So guys, welcome back to my life. So today I want us to talk about small business loans. So if you can, try as much as possible to avoid taking loans. If you are a small business person, if you are running that uh, salon, if you are a dentist, you want to buy that dentist chair, you want to buy the machines for your manufacturing, avoid taking loans. So I'm going to explain why you should avoid taking loans. Reason number one you should avoid taking loans is the uncertainty surrounding small business. There is uncertainty when it comes to repayment. I don't know why, but the moment you just receive your loan to fund your small business, the moment you just get the money, that's when problems begin. The moment you receive the money in your bank, that's when the customers disappear. The moment you take a loan to start or to buy those machines, that is when the regulations or the rules of the game change. That is when the taxman changes, the rules of taxation start changing. Ah, let me try and answer this question. Man, where are you from? I'm from Kenya. How about you? Hello, Bahil. Enriquez, say hi. Hi, Enriquez. Somebody 9225. Some dude. Some dude, where are you watching from? So the moment you take that loan, that is when you start seeing dust. That's when you start seeing trouble. The moment you take the business loan, that is the moment you will start seeing the bills going up. The electricity bills will start going up. The water bills will start going up. So that's about uncertainty of business. And we are going to go deep into these challenges that small businesses face. So number one is the rules change. Small businesses operate in a very volatile. Volatile simply means where rules are changing within a very short time. The rules can be import rules. For example, you are importing laptops. Maybe you are importing HP laptop, or you are importing phone cases. You bring in your first stock. Unaleta stock ya kwanza. Maybe you bought 100 or 200 or 1000 phone cases. You've cleared the stock successfully, maybe in 1 week or 2 weeks. Next thing, you start telling yourself, well, I need more funding. You go and take a loan, and the banks will give you loans. But when you go and order the same quantity, you find that the tax has changed, which means you will have to charge customers a higher amount. And that's where the problem is. Will you still make the same profit? like the first batch of phone cases. You will not. In fact, you might struggle because customers are used to a certain price. For example, if customers are used to phone cases that cost 0.5 or $4, that is around 500 shillings. If you increase the price to 1,000, they will not buy. They will move to another person. They look for cheaper options. I don't know why this guy is saying searching on Google Bahlil, very similar to you. Why do you say we are similar? Huh? Bahlil. What makes us similar? Or is it someone that we look alike? So number two, the interests, or there is inflation. Inflation goes high. Inflation is caused by so many things. Inflation is where the prices of commodities increase. Like when the price of raw materials increase, the price of finished goods increase. When the price of food, if you are feeding cattle, when the price of feed increases, the price of milk also goes up. When the price of chicken food increases, the price of one egg will also increase. When the cost of cooking oil goes up, the cost of fries like chips, fried chicken will go up. And this affects small businesses. So if you are a small business and you've taken a loan and inflation is going up, my friend, you are going to see stress. You're going to see stress that you've never felt before. And the lenders will not want to understand that inflation is up. And this is the reason why so many businesses are being auctioned. So try as much as possible to avoid small business loans, especially loans where you give your household goods as collateral or your business assets as collateral. I've seen a hospital being auctioned, a clinic, I've seen it being auctioned, where they are auctioning the beds, they are auctioning the machines, microscopes, they are auctioning the autoclaves, they are auctioning the pressure machines, simply because the business person or the entrepreneur is unable to service the loan. And if you are taking a loan to buy a motorbike, I think that is the biggest scam you can ever get into. You are taking a loan to buy a motorbike. You are an idiot. Instead of taking a loan to buy a motorbike, what else can you do with that money? You know the risk that most motorbike or young people who want to get into motorbikes, the boda guys, don't know, is that the interest rates are very high. And there is something that these lenders will not tell you, they will hide from you. How comes you took a loan of 100,000 but they want you to pay 300,000? It simply means that if you look at the market value of that motorbike, maybe it's 150,000. By the time you are paying 200,000, they will have already recovered their money, and they can do anything. If anything happens to you and you default, wanakujia pikipiki yao. And so many people are falling victims of these scams. The scams of lending money, the lipa mdogo mdogo. It is a menace, it is an epidemic in Kenya. I don't know if you've ever taken a loan to do business. Tyrone George, where are you watching from? How are you doing? Where are you watching me from, Tyrone? So guys, it is very painful. It is very painful to take a loan to do a small business. So apart from uncertainties in the marketplace, those are things that you can understand, or things that are easy to keep track. Nowadays, what we have in Kenya, another big problem is that the lending industry is not well regulated. There is a lot of loopholes where anybody who has money and has an app or has an office can start lending, and they decide, the guys who lend you money, you become a slave to them because they set the rules. You cannot set them rules if you are the one who is in need of money. So they set very bad rules that do not favor the borrower. For example, ukienda kuchukua loan ya kununua pikipiki, unataka kufanya kazi ya bodaboda pale Githurai. Do you know Githurai? Githurai is one of the most busiest cities in Kenya. Yes, and the same thing is happening in the US. People are being trapped, especially in the US. We have this thing called credit cards, where you don't even have money in your bank, but you have a credit card. You can buy whatever you want. You can buy everything you want. For example, people are leaving Africa. They are going to work. They are going to study in the US. And the first thing, maybe you are earning 2,400 or $3,000 per month. You cannot afford a car of, let's say, $10,000 or $15,000. So you take a loan. You want to do Uber, DoorDash business in the US. I've heard that it's a very lucrative business for people who are just starting life in the US. Doing DoorDash. So you decide to take a credit facility to buy, or you buy the car. You buy like an Audi. You buy a Mercedes. You want to do DoorDash with it in the US. Because people have told you that If you have a Mercedes, you will have more clients. My friend, you will see dust. It is very risky to do that. Don't take a loan to buy a car in the US. Instead, buy a second-hand car. A second-hand car will serve you. A second-hand car in the US, you can get it with as little as $2,000. A good car that can do that work of Uber, DoorDash. So don't take that loan. Especially if you are starting out. And you know the reason why in Africa getting a loan as a business startup is a little bit tricky. Especially if you don't have something they can attach, something they can hold on to. Like if you, for the sake of the car, they will hold on to the logbook, they will install trackers, so that when you default, those guys just wait the time when you default. When you default, they send auctioneers very fast. You default in 1 month. Imagine 1 month installment, and the auctioneers are on your neck. Do you know why auctioneers run very fast? The auctioneers will run to you, will track you very fast, because they will get their fee. Whether you pay, whether you don't pay, the auctioneer, once they've been sent to track you, you have to pay. For example, in Kenya, you have to pay around 25,000. That is around $200. You simply pay the auctioneer fee. And this is plus your interest and principal. So it is a big scam, and so many of these people who are operating these lending schemes are very rich. They are very rich, they are very powerful people in governments, they have connection, so that they are even doing illegal things. Like, do you know that before your car can be repossessed, they need a court order? But these guys don't follow the due process, they don't follow the law. You've defaulted your installment. The next thing, the auctioneers are on your neck. They are tracking your car. They will find you wherever you are. They will find you wherever you are, and they will take your car. There is a funny story I will tell you, where there is a guy who took a loan with a Mercedes Benz. That Mercedes Benz could not be unlocked. You could not open the door without his fingerprints. So when the guys went for that car, and they blocked him, the guy told him, now take the car. Do you know walishindwa? They found it hard to drive the car. They had to drive the car with the owner inside. You can just imagine such kind of embarrassment. And these people are operating out of law. The studio, you are saying they are invisible to regular people. Yes. These people who are operating these lending schemes are invisible to regular people. Regular people, or the ordinary people, don't understand why someone will just give you a new car and tell you will be paying 10,000 or 20,000 per month. They give you in the US, they give you a car worth $15,000 or $20,000, and they tell you will be paying $100 or $200 per month. What you should be asking yourself is, what is the catch? What is the catch? Because eventually you will pay a heavy price for being given that car, because they know with a car or a motorbike there is tear and wear. As long as you are using the car for business, there is tear and wear. So when they give you the car, they know that you will not return it in the same condition. So they have to charge you like 2 or 3 times the cost. If a car is worth 20 or $15,000, you will have to pay for it like 3 times. Instead of 15,000, you will pay even $50,000. And most ordinary people are not seeing this. That's why so many people are getting stressed and depressed, because of the mistakes they made in taking loans. So don't take loan to start a business. Don't take a loan to buy a car. Don't take a loan to even buy land in Kenya. It is a big scam. It is not, things are not like what you see on the surface. People are hiding a lot of things from you so that they trap you. And the moment they trap you, you will pay dearly. You will pay dearly, my friend. I'm cautioning you. And the faster you realize this, the better. Nowadays, when when people see that you have been employed, they see you as a potential person who can take loans. I was surprised that even teachers are taking microfinance loans. Teachers are taking loans from these small companies. We call them predatory lenders. A teacher with all the information. And you know, teachers in Africa are highly underpaid. You are paid 50,000, which is around $450 per month. That money is not enough to pay for your rent. You cannot pay for your utilities. You cannot pay for your education. You cannot pay for a good life. So they know that teachers are underpaid. And that's why you'll find someone has worked for maybe 1 month or 2 months, and they already have a loan of 2 million, 3 million, 5 million. Anybody who has a pay slip is a hot cake to these lenders. So it is a trap. I agree with the best studio 463. It is a trap. Avoid taking loans. You will pay dearly. There are so many hidden things. There are so many rules are changing. There is a lot of uncertainty. You can't tell what will happen tomorrow. You cannot even predict whether customers will come tomorrow or not. That's the kind of life so many small businesses are living in Africa. You cannot tell. So when you can't tell and someone has given you a loan, They are simply waiting for the month to end so that you default, and they come for your car, they come for your motorbike, or come for your television. You know, televisions are hot cake. Fridges. Fridge is a very hot cake asset that the auctioneers will come for. And they will make sure that you list those things. If they realize that you don't have good items in your house, that sofa set, that couch, they will not give you. They will not give you a loan. So you have to be very smart. You have to be very smart. Don't take a loan to start a business. Don't take a loan to even consume. The worst mistake is taking a loan to consume. Taking a loan to pay school fees. It is not advisable. So I think the point is home. If you would like more advice on this topic, small business loan, you want to get maybe some advice on what are the alternatives, if you want to finance your small business, what are other options apart from loans? What other ways can you finance your small business? You can get in touch with me, and we'll be able to schedule a meeting where we can discuss based on your type of business. What are the options? So I think we'll leave it up to there. Thank you so much for those who have been able to join in the live today. I'll be seeing you tomorrow. We'll having another live at the same time, 11 a.m. East African time. So thank you so much for now, and I think I'm now leaving to continue with my work.